almost all the trash out of this thing. There's a lot of trash in there. It's all out. Down to dirt, but there's a little bit of tree still, so I'm filling bags, pulling them out. It's kind of a tough thing to fill bags and then pull them out of this thing when you're alone doing it by yourself. But it's almost done. Eventually, it's going to be a flat surface down there, so it'll be dirt. It snowed recently. It's Pagodi Mountain. I took a video up there not too long ago. I rode my motorcycle up there. Okay, just going to practice. Okay. Bye. Can't wait to get all that rubbish, scrap metal out of here. Pretty cool. Right here is electric. Electrical comes right here. So there used to be a light in this thing. You could go down in there and there was a light you could turn on. It was this. How did you get out of the house? Come on, let's go. I'm gonna take you inside real quick and show you what I got accomplished today. Lucy, come. All right. So, if you remember, let me lock this door. The sheetrock closed off all of this, and there was no insulation up there, none. It was just this thin layer of sheetrock. In fact, here is what all the insulated it was, that little corner there. That's how thick that was. Tiny little layer of sheetrock, or it's not even sheetrock. It's like even they don't even make it anymore. And no, it doesn't have asbestos. But the sheetrock, that's the border of it. This whole all the way around. So all this was closed off. So we came in here and at first we were gonna do the same. We just removed the old stuff and we were gonna put up the new sheetrock. But the frame they had created was super flimsy. And the more we thought about it, the more we were like, it'd be really cool to just open this all up and then instead just insulate. So, and that's what we ended up going with. We're going to insulate with, I think, R19. It's cheap, but it's affordable. So R19 between the beams. And then going this direction, we're going to put the foam boards, which are right there. We already bought the foam boards. We just got to go get the R19. There's a pocket over there. We're going to close that pocket off completely, but we're going to insulate it, but also close it. And then this beam's just going to be open, and then we're going to remove all of these little things. And then here is kind of a rough draft of what we're going to do. So here's the front door. We just walked through the front door. Here's that big beam. That's the big beam right there. There's the big beam. We already bought, so the Amish are helping us out here. They've already cut them, and we just got to go pick them up now. That costs a little bit of money, but the beam here, we're going to actually, these little two squares, that one right there and then that one right there are going to be 2x6s. Big beefy beams that are going to go, 2x6s are going to go all the way across on each side. Boom and boom. Not that beam, but on that side, 2x6s. And then I think 4x4s, if I'm not mistaken, 4x4s is what we ordered. are going to go that way. So from the 2x6, they'll connect, and then they'll connect to the big beam, this big beam. So it's going to be 4x4s going boom, boom. And I think we got like 8 of them. And then also in the center too, boom. So we're going to get rid of all that stuff. And then just, it's going to be much, much more solid. Now, the roof is in good shape. There's no signs of sagging or flexing or anything. It's held up for all these years. That I think 10 years ago they had the biggest blizzard on record, or the past 100 years. No problem. It handled it just fine. No one, I don't even think anyone was living here at the time. So the snow collected up there and everything stayed solid. But we're going to make it a little bit more solid. So we're still throwing around ideas. I've suggested just leaving all these as added extra support and then doing that little thing I just showed you there. But, the roof is actually pretty solid. There was a whole team about 8 years ago. There was a team up there of people putting up the Pro Panel roof. And, I've been up there bouncing around. I don't feel no weak spots, no flexing, I don't feel nothing. It's solid as can solid be. And anyways, we do have the Amish. We got all of my neighbors are Amish. There's some Amish, there's some Catholics, there's some Mormons, some Christians. There's pretty much everybody out here. There's no druggies or anything. It's a very cool school. Best neighbors you could ever imagine. The roof is pretty solid. It's a Pro Panel roof. The roof is in good condition. The Amish actually put the roof up a long, long time ago before we bought the place. Well, not a long time ago, but less than 10 years ago. The roof is solid. I know the exterior looks a little crappy, but that's going to come last. We're getting the inside completely done right, and then we'll worry about the exterior later. Back to the wind's picking up. Back to the living room here, which is where we're at. In this room. So we decided we're not going to even do sheetrock. We're going to insulate up here and leave the ceilings vaulted up. So it's kind of cool, man. I can't even touch that, and I'm tall. I'm 6 foot, and with my hand all the way up, I can't touch it. Even on my tippy toes, I can't touch it. But what's weird is, the whole house is, it's a 125-year-old house. Well, give or take, it's over a 100-year-old house. All this wiring, you see, all this old wiring is dead, and we're just going to cut it out. I'm waiting for Eddie's dad to come bring the electrical tester so I can test them and make sure that I'm not electrocuting myself. But all that wiring you see everywhere, it's all going to be removed completely. Look at this one. It's really old school wiring too when you look at it. It's all dead though. It's the old electrical. The electrical in this place was actually redone. And so there's the new electrical. It's that stuff there. So I got it kind of bungee cord out of the way right now. It goes right there, comes down. And so that's the new electrical there. That's the newer electrical. This black wire is really old, and I think it can just go away, but I don't want to cut into it until I get my little tester and test it. I loaned it out to Eddie. So then all of this will be eventually stuccoed over. So and the final outcome will look really cool. This house has so much history, it's unbelievable. All this was already done, which is convenient for us. It's already chicken wired, so we can just adobe it or whatever we're going to do. Plaster, stucco, adobe, whatever. Insulation, we'll cover it with the beams with sheetrock and particle board, or not particle board, foam board. This is thick foam board too. It's, I think, an inch, 1 inch or an inch. Yeah, it's about an inch, maybe even an inch and a quarter. So we got that.